Rounding off. There are a few questions that need to be answered. Firstly, what is rounding off? Secondly, when will one use rounding off? And most importantly, I suppose, how do I round off? What is rounding off? Rounding numbers to the nearest 10 means finding which 10 the number is closest to. So the rounded off number is an estimate, it's a guess, it's not an exact number. So for example, if your number is 72, which two tens does 72 fall between? It falls between 70 and 80. And if you look at it closely, 72 is closer to 70 than what it is to 80. If you look on the number line at the bottom, you'll see where 72 falls on the number line and that it's much closer to the number 70 than to the number 80. When will I use rounding off? You'll use rounding off when you have to calculate something in your head. For example, Ava wants to buy a 1.5 litre Coke and it costs her 17 Rand. She can estimate, round off or guess, that 17 Rand to the nearest 10. She'll know it'll cost around 20 Rand, so she knows how much money to take or to give the shopkeeper, and that she should get around 3 Rand change. How do I round off? You look at the number. Which two tens does it fall between? Look at the units. Is that number bigger than 4? Yes, round it up to the next 10, or no, round it down to the previous 10. Our number was 76. Which two tens does 76 fall between? It falls between 70 and 80. If you look at the units, it's 6. Is it more than 4? Yes, it is. Round it up to 80. Rounding off to the nearest 10 with 3 digits. The basic steps remain the same, but you're going to focus on the tens and the units. So in the number 144, you're just going to look at the number 44 mainly. So which two tens does 144 fall between? It falls between 140 and 150. Is 4 more than 4? No, because it's the same as 4. So you round it down to 140. If you look on the number line at the bottom, you'll see there's a number line. Where does 144 fall on that number line? And it's closer to 140 than 150. Another example, the number 253. We're going to look at the number 253 more. So which two tens does 253 fall between? It falls between 250 and 260. Is the unit, which is 3, more than 4? No. So we round it down to 250. Our last example before you're going to try a few of your own, 336. Which two tens does it fall between? 330 and 340. Is the unit, which is 6, more than 4? Yes, it is. So we round it up to 340. Find it on the number line at the bottom and you'll see that it's closer to 340. Here are some for you to try on your own. If it's easier for you to write out your number lines at the bottom of your pages, do that to help you work it out. Otherwise, you can use the numbers underneath the heading for rounding off, where you've got 0 to 4 and 5 to 10 in the 2 different colors. You can also see where it's falling and which way around you're going to go. So your first number, 152, 249, 364, 471, and the tricky one at the end, 498. Remember, when you're rounding off your numbers, your last number, your unit, always has to be a 0.